Hello viewers, I'm Aspen and welcome back to Wasteland 3. So, I went and ran around the base a bunch looking for a thing that might be R&D, and didn't find it, and then I went to the internet and asked them, and it turns out when you get a message about there being a new thing in R&D, what they mean is the garage. They mean talk to the people in the garage. But it turns out there's nothing new available for us in the garage, so I think the message was just a bug? That's that's my current theory, because Bobby Cotter has the exact same things available that he did before. We don't have any new stuff at the armaments table. It seems like there's nothing new, which is to say, it seems like we got places to go and none of them are here. Let's go ahead and get. I would, in fact, like to load into the car and head to the world map. I'm really excited to get into some combat and see Skelly and Jim with their brand new weapons. In particular, like it'll be really nice to see Skelly be powerful. Because for a very long time now, she has just been the person who sometimes applies burning to the enemies. And it's not nothing.
0, 0, 8, 8, 8, 0, 0, 0.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, it's not nothing, right? Like that's a meaningful. It's a meaningful amount of damage over time. So it looks like we've actually been to most places. I'm assuming the coloration on the map indicates... Well, no, maybe not. I was going to say indicates the level of radiation. Like that maybe these darker areas require like level 3 radiation shielding. But no, that clearly can't be the case. This is the bizarre. Huh. I guess the downside here is that we don't necessarily know where we have and haven't been. These are interesting though, right? I guess we could just get on the plot, but let's check out these undiscovered locations. Let's see what these are about. We're just gonna go scout and get into trouble for a while. There's a plot. We'll get there. Also, I didn't realize you could set waypoints on the map like that. That's actually very helpful. For someone who looks at the map as often as I do, it's wild that it took me that long to actually click on any part of it. So we are going to be draining energy cells a little quicker than I would like, and that's rough with them being such expensive ammo. Once we get Lucia onto a reasonable sniper rifle, probably that'll be less the case. Although I will say, that big fancy sniper rifle we have that requires 7 skill is also an energy cell weapon, so... Who knows? Who knows how long it'll take.
Calling all Rangers. Red alert! Red alert! The city of Phoenix is under attack by a rogue AI and his horde of killer robots. Are you bold enough to make the dangerous trek across the wasteland to reach the city? Can you discover the AI's secret weakness and defeat the robots? If you crave adventure, the Colorado Springs Gaming Club wants you. We play Robots and Rangers every Tuesday night, and we're looking for a few heroes to join our party. We've got the rules and the dice. All we need is your imagination. Oh, and snacks. This is Ranger Control, signing off.
I was going to say, right from the beginning, from like the end of the first sentence, this sounds like a recruit post for a play-by-post RPG. And it turns out I was more or less right. Alright, we found a small icy cave. Search the area. Animals have been here recently. They might be around. Take turns watching in case they come back. Okay, we weren't really going to get any meaningful rewards on that anyway. So there's nothing... What is this? Does the map scroll? It doesn't look like it, but what... okay, we're going to go to our destination in a moment here. I want to see what that is. That looks weird, right? It's very green here, but apparently it's not too radioactive for our shielding. Huh. Turns out to be nothing. There's just a weird little finger stretched out to the edge of the playable area. Well, okay. That's odd stuff. So... I'm assuming that these things that are way, way out at the edges are probably not going to be, like, super meaningful. Was this it? I mean, I'm not complaining about $480, to be clear. But is that the kind of thing that we expect? Okay. It's the kind of thing we can expect the others to be. I'm a little surprised that those are marked on the map.
Relatives amongst the Gippers, or maybe a friend or two in their ranks. I want to offer my sincerest condolences. According to sources, the Gippers, God rest their complicated souls, are all dead. Yep, it's a complete tragedy they in no way brought upon themselves, and we're sorry to see them go. And now, some music.
You know, if you call it a complete tragedy they in no way brought upon themselves, it does sound like you're blaming me, just like a little bit. Holes in the ground, perfectly round and very deep. That can mean only one thing. Waste worms! Hopefully they've moved on. Oh shit, they haven't! Well, I mean, probably we can just do a thing here. I don't want to fight waste worms. Waste worms can push through frozen earth with ease, but not solid concrete. You swerve around their swaying necks and quickly find an old interstate. No way they're pushing through that. Yeah, it does not take very much survival to be able to just avoid all combat, honestly. Alright, we got one more right next to the tellurium mine. Yeah, I kind of assumed, I guess, that these little caches were just randomly generated.
Denver area. You may
Oops,
want to
sorry.
avoid Union Station. We've gotten reports that it's inhabited by a violent gang called the Hardheads. I guess you gotta be stubborn to be a crook. Apparently their leader is named Fish Lips. Not terribly intimidating or evocative. If any of our listeners can fill us in on Fish Lips' undoubtedly tragic backstory, give me a call.
Can we actually get the car up here? I'm not sure where, like, holding down the interact button. We do not have any interactables highlighting. I don't seem to have any ability to... I can't zoom in the map. I'm assuming that this has spawned just sort of like outside of the playable area, and that it is in fact a bug. Because we've definitely done the tellurium mine already. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll leave. But yeah, I thought those caches were randomly generated and then would just like, you know, every X hours of gameplay it would sprinkle some stuff across the map so that it still felt like the world was like alive and doing stuff when you're not present. But apparently not. Apparently it is not in fact doing that. Well, I guess let's go all the way out here. It sort of looks like the northwestern portion of the map doesn't really have a lot of points of interest on it. But Aspen's out there. Yeah, maybe I misunderstood what this skill does. Hold on a second. Apparently we already got Lucia selected. Reveals the entire world map and all discoverable locations. Oh, I guess the little towns... So I was expecting there to be one of these for every place we can go in, but I guess we're supposed to actually be looking at the little symbols on the map. Okay. That was not clear to me. But yeah, okay, so we know Aspen is either this or this or this then probably, and also there's just some caches that we're gonna go and loot, because you know how I love looting stuff. And then here is where danger is marked on the map, and yet. I mean, we've been through here already. It may well be the case that whatever danger is present, I blew it up. Enemies spotted. Oh no, not drools. Avoid them. See, there is a little house drawn on the map right here. And no, there is certainly not a thing to interact with. I'm getting some real mixed signals here. Well, let's head up into the mountains and we'll see what happens. Now, we went up here a little bit earlier, and then we turned around after we ran into all those cannibals. Did we turn around just because I decided I wanted to go back to town, or did we have a radiation problem? I think it's just I felt like I should go back. I guess we'll find out. We are currently equipped with the highest level of radiation shielding that we have access to in the garage. So if we run into a radiation problem, I don't know exactly what we're going to do about it. I mean, it's very green out here, but not in like a dangerous way. This is pleasant green.
We're getting a faint signal in your area. Hold one moment as I narrow it down. Here we go.
If anyone can hear me, the elves are in danger. We need help. Seta has been... He's a tyrant.
Okay. Sounds like someone's in trouble, HQ.
Affirmative, Team November. However, given that meddling in the business affairs of Santa could ruin Christmas, I'd advise against interfering.
I'm really impressed with your ability to say that with a straight face.
Just kidding, Team November. Sending you the coordinates of the signal. Hopefully it's not as bad as it sounds. Over.
Sounds fairly bad. Locate the distressed elf at Santa's workshop. Okay, it's been added to the map. We will totally get on that. So yeah, the skill does not, in fact, reveal all locations on your map. It's just a lie.
Picking up a lot of indistinct radio chatter originating from somewhere close to your location.
It's probably... my guess would be it's supposed to and it's bugged. Just a feeling I have.
It's doing a hell of a job jamming up the airwaves. Sounds like some kind of code. It may just be some pre-war broadcast, but might be worth investigating. How do you copy?
Yeah, I got it. What?
I can't lock down an exact spot, but it's let me know if you find anything.
Just nearby.
Over and out.
Alright, I feel like if they're going to have things like that close together, where you can have one of them and then drive 3 feet and have another one, there should probably be a lot less dialogue for each of them. And it should probably not completely stop your driving. Well, we found this weird Department of Energy site. I mean, I'm gonna go loot the thing. I'll be back. I want to get the loot from the thing that we can loot, and then maybe we will use that loot to fight stuff at the Department of Energy. Boy, this is a weird little alcove on the map. Okay, just a bunch of money. Well, fine then. That's not like the most exciting thing we could possibly discover. Alright, let's start knocking out these little plot areas, these little side plots. An old government research facility hidden in the mountains. I mean, it's not that hidden. It's a pretty damn big facility. Some remote government sites are still broadcasting automated radio messages. You know, like this one. For some reason, this error message is trying to pretend that it isn't this loading screen message is trying to pretend that it's not specifically about the thing we're doing right now. Hey, that's a razorback. Brass is definitely not going to be able to charm a razorback. Well, I want to keep my stag. My stag is extremely good. So I guess let's just keep moving. I am hearing what sounds to me like electronical type noises. Hey, Quan. Why don't you just footpad in here a little bit, see what you can see. Well, what he can see is traps through a door. Man is damn good at his job. So explosives and lots of other explosives. Sort of makes you think there might be a synth nearby. Unfortunately, none of these guys are going to agree with the narrative that I have set up, that Brass is a robot. I have a limited amount of narrative agency. So these guys seem like pretty standard, like definitely stuff we've seen before. Ooh, explosives 9. Alright, Brass, back up a sec. Alright, money and also money. Well, all of a sudden we're rich.
Beep boop.
I love it when they say beep boop. Oh. There's a guy waiting right on the other side of that door. We may have reached the end of... what sneaking can tell us. Obviously, it's not ideal to have to fight a bunch of robots and everything, but I think that's the place that we are in. Let me see if we can get... we're not going to be able to get any deeper. Yeah. Quan's at like 5 or 6 sneak? 5, so he's not going to be able to open that door without setting off the alarm. It means we may as well just open up and get some of these robots under control. Okay, do we have a weapon for Quan that is a little bit more appropriate to fighting robots? We have some weird stuff. I need a weapon that, the pulse gun. The pulse gun could do it. Here, I'm going to take away his crossbow for the moment, because we don't really have the bolts to use it anyway. You can just punch robots. You have your Argon Lance equipped, although we got to be careful with the ammo. You have a laser shotgun, which will totally work. Jim will just shoot them for damage with his normal-ass gun. And then you got your whole deal. She's looking pretty cool. I think our crew... our crew definitely has a weird vibe. But like, I think Quan looks really cool as like a sneaky dude. His armor looks a little heavy for his job. But he looks pretty cool as the sneaky dude who pads ahead and figures everything out. Ringer is just, if you saw that running at you on the battlefield, you would just leave. You would leave the battle, and also probably life. And then Brass, how does anybody get up the stones to talk trash to us with Brass standing there? Look at this. And then Lucia kind of looks like a child. Lucia looks a little bit like a small child cosplay. It's fine. What she lacks in intimidation, she makes up for in raw effectiveness. Okay, so we're just going to have to be really careful about the landmines. Oh, right, and it did that annoying thing where it equips the gun unloaded for no reason. Okay. To be perfectly honest, it's probably still right, even though he's going to be under penetration for most of these enemies with this weapon, it might still be right to do this because it really is just a huge amount more bullets that are almost the same amount of damage. Alright, Quan. Hero time. And by hero time, of course, I mean attacking people unprovoked time. But they were gonna... It's pre-provocation, but the provocation was coming. We feel fairly certain of this. So that's an Octatron. I mean, I think what I want to do is run in there and start working that Octatron. This guy's very under control, right? We got people. We got people on that, but this Octatron is kind of hiding. I do wish that the the name of the place was not on screen anymore. That would be neat. It's gotten to the point where I almost don't even consciously clock this stuff anymore, because like the game is broken in so many ways, and I'm just like getting used to it. So we know there's another one way over here. Let's have Lucia step up and work on this guy, and I believe it is going to be the case that it's right to just shoot him with the damage reduction weapon, because it does so much more damage than the other one that this ends up being the right play. We're pretty much just looking for, yeah, whatever does the most damage. I'm not too concerned about giving him status effects or anything, because we are going to kill him in a single turn. I feel like this gun maybe has better range than Jim's last pistol on top of everything else, which is nice. Let's have Skelly step up. I mean, Skelly's going to be able to crush this thing, right? Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's not going to be the one shot that I'm hoping for. Functional range of this weapon is extreme. 95%. Let him have it. That's pretty fun. Okay. I'm into it. That seems like a good one. Can Brass reach a position... Oh, I stopped Skelly in the... I stopped Skelly in a real bad position there. That's weird, though. Everybody else was able to run between the clone and the stag, so clearly diagonal movement is possible. Why can't Brass move from here to here? I guess walls stop diagonal movement, but nothing else does? Okay, well, bad news. Alright, and then... Can we kill this thing, is the question. And is it even wise to try? Yeah, probably. I mean, I'm certainly not going to kill that Octatron. Actually, Quan's not going to kill anything. I might just have Quan take cover. So let's see. Against an enemy like this, we're expecting a 41% damage reduction. So let's say we're looking at, like, 10 to, I don't know, 10 to 40%. Doing math quickly while on camera. So we're probably looking somewhere in the low teens as far as average damage per bullet with this weapon, 8 times, versus what we would expect in the high teens 3 times with the other weapon. I guess I'll do my ambush with this weapon. This is at least more ammo efficient. Okay, not great. Not great work on Quan's part. Thank you, party pal. The clone is just barehanded punching that thing. Can we really not equip that clone? We should give it clothing at least. Seems like a fine time for one of these. Wow. You know, it says thundering in the name of the ability, but I guess I just didn't have respect for the fact that it was actually going to make it do elemental damage. Alright, let's give this to Skelly. Skelly hasn't really gotten to kill all that much stuff recently. Aw, swing and a miss. Well, she tried. What are you gonna do? Then it's probably Lucia who's most likely to get it in the fewest bullets. Okay, didn't end the round, despite the fact that we are out of visible targets, so more stuff's incoming, one assumes. Jim should definitely close up. I mean, obviously I would like to do so in such a way that I could have ambush AP left. Of course, this has got to be 1 tile out of range. Well, better you be close, I suppose. Quan taking a path perilously close to the mine just to give me a heart attack. Oh. There's something all the way over there that is firing extremely high damage rounds that ignore armor. I feel like if our pets can see whatever this is, we should also probably be able to see it. This is Quan's job, I guess. Give me some vision, my dude. Okay, it's a killer. So named on account of all the killing that it does. Alright, plating damaged, which is about all we could ask for. Unfortunately, I don't know that most of us are going to be able to participate in this combat. Nope, Skelly's fast enough. That's true, we did make Skelly terrifyingly fast. Really, you will always have a 5% no matter what. I wonder why. Let me move up here and see if it's perhaps telling fibs. It is, in fact. It was just so outright lying to us. And despite the graphics, this is not, in fact, an area damage thing. Well, apparently there's a mine right there that I ought to be careful of. Oh, Jim, come on, man. You had it. It's right there. I don't actually know what Shocked does. It's possible that that it's going to die from shocked damage during its turn, but I would love it if we could kill it before that. So this is the mine. I'm just really nervous about stepping on it. I wish we would all just be a little less cavalier about all the landmines on the ground. I don't think that's too much to ask. I think it's reasonable. Well, that's bad. Twisted Wrist is not a good one. Also, apparently there's a landmine right here that I almost stepped on. Okay, that's dealt with. Got some drugs that we probably won't use, not because I think they're bad, but because I forget to use them. Also, again, we're not really being challenged. And we don't need to spend consumables on combat. We barely need to spend ammo on combat. Ooh, bison bits. And a whole Eternitart. Where's this gas mine? I'm getting text that says gas mine, but it's just sort of floating in the air. Yeah, okay, well, I guess there's not actually one there. So we're mostly in the clear, except for this one landmine that I can't disable. Let's have Quan look around a little bit more. See, that looks significant. There's a door over here where we are going to blow the alarm if we open it, so let's see if we can go around. Turns out every point of explosive still matters. Nervous Nancy, plus 0.5 seconds detection time. Excellent. And then a whole bunch of whatever. Okay. We haven't had a... oh, it still shows the text for them after they're disabled. No, but it also still shows the glow. Yeah, I just don't think there's actually a mine there. Okay, nitro tank, we got some killers. Okay, so we got some things we could explode on them. We should probably back up a little. It looks like we're gonna have to fight this way, and we're not necessarily going to have to avoid this door. I think I'm gonna open this door. I think here's the plan. We have a couple of people go in this way. We blow the alarm on the door on purpose, have the robots go that way, and then... well, it probably shouldn't be Jim over here, though, huh? Let's make it Lucia. Blow the alarm on the door, draw their attention this way, and then we just have at them, right? Jim, Skelly, get over here. Did it just moved... when I moved her... when I right-clicked for her, it just moved the party pal. Alright. Let's do it. Let's let him know. Ah, didn't click fast enough. Okay, we do get to start, though. So, Quan may want to do a thing here. Let's see. We can temporarily convert a robot to our side. I would love to get a killer. He's glitched, but it doesn't tell us what glitched means. Okay, that's all this does. So as glitched, he is glitched, and that's good enough, right? That's the only thing we're looking for. And for some reason, that completely fills up the strike bar, which is real cool. But I think actually we want to use that to do a precision strike on this guy's armor. Or maybe... yeah, here we go. Alright, let's fuck up your plating, and then Quan, like, runs kind of deep into the room, into... we're one tile short of being able to take up better cover. So there's a fusion turret up there. That seems like a problem. Okay, I guess let's take up this position. We know there are robots down the other side, but it seems like the fusion turret is maybe the thing to be concerned about. And then Skelly doesn't really want to throw a Molotov, probably. I guess Skelly's just going to work on this Octotron? I would probably actually be better off fighting the killer, but, you know, focus on reducing number of targets. Wow! Yeah, killers are appropriately named. Also, that fusion turret is not affected by cover. I actually really love Party Pal. Party Pal's my favorite. I wonder how long that thing will stay hacked. Yo! I should move the text a little bit so that... oh, never mind. I don't really have a lot of camera control during their turn. I didn't exactly see how much damage that was. from the dude. Here, let's pick you up. But it seemed like it was a lot, right? Alright, so he can actually run up here and just pressure this thing, but let's have Skelly... Oh, Skelly's... That's right, she just got up. She has no AP. Jim... Okay, so people who do not have line of sight of him don't get affected. I thought that was probably the case, but I don't think we actually had confirmation of that. So Jim can't make it inside to the good cover anymore. Boy, it sort of seems like it's got to be Ringer, right? Ringer's the only person who can actually do it. Sorry, he's very, very good at both of his jobs, and one of them is punching things that no person should punch on purpose. Alright, so from here... Stupid aspect ratio. It's not telling me hit percentages, even though it's supposed to be. Okay, that's not too bad. Do we want to give it the Argon Lance? I don't even know that this is going to do... Yeah, we have enough penetration with this weapon to get the normal damage. We'll just take this. I bet Lucia will be able to clean that up. Lucia is very good at her job, which is shooting people with pistols. For the moment. Well, damn it. Okay, break line of sight. Get out of there. She does not quite have range on it. Alright, she could just slide in here. Jim probably shouldn't move. That feels wrong, but like, where's he gonna go? Alright, Quan, you are in a little bit of a desperate spot here. I'm not sure that I want to spend a ton of bullets on this. I think I'm just going to use the electric gun. Quan's damage is going to be somewhat incidental. I do wish it was easier to read their debuffs. We did something to that guy, and I would love to know what it was. Interesting. He can't see it from where he is, but he could see it from over there. Wow. Just clean through the wall. Absolutely no regard for line of sight.
Nice. Thanks.
Thank you, party pal. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to break this thing now. Right, doesn't the glitch state only persists for 2 turns, I believe. Yeah, the stag seems to have a pretty considerable crit chance.
You are going to die embarrassed.
Okay. Alright, Jim, take it down a notch. Okay, you do not get to finish this guy off. I mean, it feels bad to do it with brass, just in terms of resource expenditure. See if we can do it with Kim instead. Quan, rather. Ah, not quite. Okay. Well, we're probably going to have to do it with brass then. Oh, okay. I didn't realize she stops her volley if she ends the battle. She doesn't waste the rest of the bullets. That's really nice. Lucia gets back up with nearly full health. What manner of wound has she sustained? It's, just her eye. She doesn't use that during combat, so that's fine. The thing is, I kind of don't know if it's worth fixing these injuries. In the sense that it kind of seems like we just win combat anyway, so why spend the resources when we don't have to? Alright, just a bunch of garbage. Quan continues looking around. Okay, those are decent. In fact, both of those are pretty decent. The large center mass plate is almost impenetrable, and the harness carries a lot of gear, which for some reason gives it a healing bonus. Is the idea is the healing bonus represents the difficulty in causing injury, like causing real injury to somebody who's wearing it, anything worse than superficial. This faded pre-war document appears to have been heavily redacted. Well, you know, I do love to read a redacted document in a video game. From a general to a staff sergeant in 1985, permanent change of station orders. Per request of some doctors, chief engineer is officially being reassigned to a new project. Inform them they are to be ready for departure from base Cochise to Redacted Island by end of the week. They should prepare for Arctic conditions upon arrival. On a personal note, I am less than enthusiastic about this project, siphoning our people for this overblown high school science experiment of theirs. Chief Engineer is one of our best artificial intelligence strategy platform technicians. Okay. Not helping build some kind of cockamamie space army of the future. That does seem like a little bit of a waste of time. So I'm assuming we're going to find a synth hiding somewhere in here, and that's what the modem noises are, but maybe it's just, you know, some other kind of broadcast that we're picking up. That's the first time we've ever had Quan actually use his hacking abilities, and I gotta say, it seems pretty good. Okay, let's make sure that we do heal up at the very least. Although, honestly, we might not have to heal Skelly, because she's probably going to be standing so far away from combat in most situations at this point. Then again, enemies shoot through walls and stuff. Oh, hey!
Who are these noisy human oafs shooting their way into my...
The synth stares at you, aghast. Okay, that's a fair cop. We did do that. Dos Tesse. Huh.
Rangers? I thought we left you murderers behind in Arizona. What are you doing here?
Well, I'm not just gonna murder. We're not arresting. We followed a strange radio signal.
Strange to you, perhaps, but perfectly understandable to its intended recipients. I am founding a synth utopia, and have put out the call to my brothers and sisters across the waste to join me.
Okay, yeah, I do feel bad then about all the guns blazing.
Here, I shall love them, and repair them, and keep them safe from the cruel world of humankind.
That's me. I'm the cruel world of humankind. Again, very sorry. What's wrong with your Scorpitron there?
My son, you mean?
Do I mean that?
He was crippled by horrid human filth like you. But I am repairing him. Be strong, Naishe. You will be whole soon.
Huh. Okay. Hey. Hey, this is a weird question to ask so late in the conversation. Who are you?
Dos Tesse, the first maid, daughter-wife of sainted Cochise, and sister-mother to all the robots, synths, and other aware machines he created before you destroyed him.
Daughter-wife is not necessarily great.
His legacy lives on in me, and someday, when I have improved my technology, I will find a way to recover all the scattered strands of his mind, and he will be reborn.
Alright, well that seems fairly impossible, but also I need you to not do that. So, the quest log was immediately like, in order to complete this quest, you must shut down the transmitter, which feels judgmental to me. Listen, if they want a utopia or whatever, I feel like we should try to approach this from an angle of just getting her to drop the Cochise thing. But we are extremely not given any option that attempts that. How? I mean, she's not going to succeed at this, right? We'll be going. Good luck with, whatever.
Sorry, Rangers, but I know you too well. If I let you walk away, you'll come back with an army and kill us before we can even begin. That will not happen.
Okay, well, I tried.
Sons, daughters, help me slaughter these vermin!
Man, and I just cleaned my gun.
Quan, you love shooting stuff. Stop complaining. Okay, so there's a messed up Scorpitron, but like a Scorpitron's still scary. It does look though like we are not really in any like fall back and defend the door, right? I don't see any reason for us to move forward. So why don't we just? I'm a little surprised to see that this toasty thing persists between combats. I'm surprised and pleased, to be clear. Why don't we Skelly get up here? Just go ahead and slide right up those stairs. I bet that's murder on your shins. Right? We don't have any reason to go in there. If they want to do a thing, they can come in here and do the thing. Jim should be somewhere where he's near everybody, but obviously away from the big red barrel. Quan fall back. I mean, like, way back? We don't really have a lot of cover in the front part of the room, unfortunately, so... It's a shame you can't use the Stormer buff to do an ambush. I think I'm gonna have Ringer wait just outside the door. When things come in through the checkpoint, he'll be able to handle it. Or through the choke point, rather. He'll be able to get in there. I have no concerns about that. Lucia, I guess just fall back to here. Oh, I guess I am a little concerned about our pets who cannot be given commands. Wow. Solid shooting. Damn it. Could you guys ambush like a little bit more effectively, please? Just a tiny bit. Party Pal is a total hero. As is Stag, who I wish I could rename. I want to give Friend Stag a proper name.
Got a bead on him. And...
So, what is it? How much AP is it to hack? 2. You're gonna be within 6 meters. So... we can definitely do it. I mean, we're not gonna be able to hack Dust Hesed, but we can hack an Octatron. I think I'm gonna have Quan, like, get way up here. It's not a lot of cover in this room, but I think my plan is hack the Octatron. The Scorpitron probably can't move, so we're not in a lot of danger from it as long as we stay over here. I wish I knew what 6 meters meant in terms of squares. The game map is squares. All ranges should be in squares. This is the unit of measurement of distance. I don't know why they would decide to do this way. He did it from 2 squares away last time, I think, so... Okay, it looks like a square is 2 meters, approximately. Which kind of doesn't make sense, because, like, if you look at how tall Quan is relative to the distance that a square is, that doesn't... The math on that is no good. Alright, and then I think we're probably going to have Quan back up. Oh, he doesn't get the Stormer buff if he doesn't have his SMG equipped, even if he moves far enough to get it. Even if he absolutely should have gotten it. So we'll just have him back up, and he'll probably get the shit shot out of him. Like, extremely shot. Skelly is gonna have to come over here to have... Oh, she can hit this one from there. Or... Okay, yes, she can. She took a long time to actually fire that first shot. I'm assuming this is related to her animations being broken. Probably it's trying to play an animation, is my guess. So they have a disco bot of their own, and far be it from me to murder a disco bot unnecessarily. Gosh, I wish we had better cover here. I was really hoping they would come forward more, but I forgot we can't reposition our pets. I think I might have Jim just run up and shoot Dos Hesed in the face. We have that precision strike up. Alright. Could potentially cause it to go berserk and attack its allies. Could mess with... I mean, it looks like it has a pretty good gun. How much armor do you have? 28. Yeah, I should probably just pop the plating. Okay. Down to 7. 7 seems better. Back up a small amount in the hopes of making it slightly more difficult to kill you. Ringer. Cost 8 AP to move up here. Yeah, I'm a little concerned that if we run Ringer up to fight the boss, I'm making it so the Scorpitron will definitely be shooting him. I don't really know what I want Ringer to do. Alright, how about Brass? Can Brass get to a, I'm a little surprised Brass can shoot Dostasef from here, but... if the game says we can do it, let's do it. Alright, Lucia, I apologize. They did not come forward as much as we were all hoping. Okay, so I have to be real close. I don't love lining us all up like this. I have concerns about what if that laser gun shoots like a laser gun. So I might not have Lucia attack at all. I might have Lucia just like approach. Nah, let's do it. I am choosing to be hopeful that you do not, in fact, have a some kind of beam-based special attack. And then I am not going to have Ringer run all the way up there. He is going to punch their disco bot and then run away, or he's going to run into the open and just chill, I guess. Let things resolve a little bit more.
Combat initiated. Prepare to feel the beat. Combat initiated. Prepare to feel the beat.
Oh no, he's illuminated us.
What it would be like to die.
Wow, that was a hell of a grenade. Also, very strange maneuver there. Ran into cover to throw the grenade and then ran back out of cover for no reason. I was gonna give... I want the record to show I gave the disco bot an extra chance. I was like, you know what? If this disco bot wants to be cool, I will totally just let it survive. I'm not here to just kill disco bots indiscriminately, but he made his choice. Okay, Ringer. Good news. I got stuff for you to do. Alright, so Jim and Lucia can both shoot with this amount of AP. Although the boss is one tile further away than before, I guess. Jim... yeah. Give her the finger.
Outmatched, both physically and mentally.
That'll show you. Alright, so it's time for Skelly to come down here and join the fight. So I'm sure we're only going to be moving further this way. And then... Brass... Alright, it's unfortunate, but we did not have a lot of options here. We were extremely attempted murdered. Let's put Brass in a position where she'll be able to approach the Scorpitron. Yeah, you're good. And then Quan, just shoot this thing, the friendly thing. It will, I believe, remain glitched until the end of its turn. It's not really like a lot of reason not to open up on it. It's gonna try to stay out of range of the Scorpitron for the moment. Alright, well, It ran over adjacent to the Scorpitron and then gave it a hug, I think? It was not an attack. There was certainly arm movement. 4 AP for Nuke Strike. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to be able to get anywhere close to doing what we need to do here. Is any of this high cover? No, and the doorway is specifically blocked off by objects that for some reason cannot themselves provide cover. So we're gonna have to have a plan here. Gonna have to get aggressive. I think. Listen, I'm not saying that Ringer is happy that this is the job I've chosen for him, but this is the job I've chosen for him. You know, if anybody can do it, he can. Run up here and punch this Scorpitron to death. Okay, interesting. Octatron is apparently stun-proof. Good to know. Probably not hugely meaningful. Okay, everybody can't quite move far enough. It looks like we'll have enough distance here. Yeah. And then just get even closer and try not to die? I mean... Can he throw an EMP grenade far enough to affect one of the turrets? Can I get it up here? It's not... Okay. Right here it will affect the turret, right? If I'm reading that correctly. Oh, hey! It actually applied shocked. That's the first time we've ever seen one of those do anything other than throw up the word missed. Alright, and this is going to be a turn for most of us of just running. A lot of running. Lucia probably is the one who gets the high cover. Fingers crossed, everybody. Did she miss the Octatron and hit the Scorpitron instead? I think that's what happened. Not ideal. You know what? Maybe she just has Heelys on. You know? That could explain it. That could explain her behavior. She just found the Wasteland's last pair of Heelys. Oh no! My stag! Ooh. Okay. So it gets to fire a minigun twice and also shoot a flamethrower. You know, because it's not like a functional Scorpitron. Thanks, Partybot. So basically, this combat's impossible. The amount of damage this thing puts out is going to be not even going to be remotely toppable. Do I want to just fire a nuke? So wait, can I not just... I have to target this on somebody. There are 2 generators up there that you could theoretically interact with, but what would be the point? Scorpitron is the only thing that actually matters. And it looks like none of our attacks are going to do any meaningful damage to it at all. Actually, you can't even access the generators until the Scorpitron's down. So... whatever's going on in this room is also not interactable until the Scorpitron's down. Oh no, actually, there's a ladder. Okay. So that's my plan then, is... what's it cost? It costs 8 AP to get over here. I don't remember how many AP it is to interact with the generator. We gotta get to a position where the Scorpitron can't see her. I guess... do this. Alright, one down. It looks like it actually ended up taking 0 AP to do that for some reason. Now, we know that they do just cheat their lines of sight sometimes, so maybe trying to break line of sight with it isn't even a viable play. I'm not sure if she... It says target blocked. Okay, so it doesn't have line of sight to her right now. I'm going to do this. Neither it nor the other gun. Let's get him up. Let's see if we can mess this thing up a little bit. Okay, damage the tail gun. Get Ringer and then run to some place where you have good cover, where you're not in the flamethrower arc of the thing. Alright, Ringer is just gonna med hypo? Or maybe medic pack? Because the thing is, I kind of want him to just, like, stand there and be strong, and I'm not sure which one of these... I'm just going to do this. The medic pack would restore more over time, but I want him to absorb as many hits as possible this coming turn. And then... Skelly is just going to nuke strike this thing. It makes me a little nervous to nuke strike to, like, not know where the targeting circle is. I thought I remembered this thing having a ground target. Yeah, that was my concern. Alright, let's hope that the irradiation is worth it. Hey, what a surprise. He resisted the burning.
If we act as one.
Alright, Jim's got to move to... Again, I'm trying to spread out a little bit so that the flamethrower thing is less devastating. Here, we'll have Jim run over here. And then Quan can move to here. Alright, yeah. I want him to... Oh no, my stag! Unfortunately, the stag is not just going to get back up. Okay, Ringer did basically what we were hoping he would do there. And we may be able to get him back up to do it again. Alright, do you have enough movement? You do not. But you can get close. Ooh, I don't like the fact that she's going to be in a place where she can be seen by the Scorpitron. But better just by the Scorpitron. And then next turn, she's got that gun. Just stay tough. Alright, Lucia gets Ringer up and then runs back to her cover. And we're just going to ignore the turret because there's no point in interacting with it. It's just going to get 100%ed by Brass next turn anyway. So, switch to this thing. I'm not going to be able to hack it. This applies damaged armor. Just keep working on it. Keep it busy while Brass works out if there's a way to get into the control room and turn it off or anything. Is she reloading? Okay. I clicked to reload. I clicked on the enemy while out of ammo, which usually reloads, but it's hard to tell because like her sounds and animations are not playing correctly. Actually, he could be standing behind full cover. Do we have... I'll worry about rally next turn, I guess. Will this work? Can you demoralize one of these things?
You can't win.
You cannot, in fact, trash talk a Scorpion until it's bad at shooting. Alright, well, next turn we'll get our precision strike off. And hopefully damage its weapon systems or something. Ah, damn it.
Catch me up!
Wow, she took a huge amount of damage from that. Wow, the Provost is functionally impossible to hit. He's also a hell of a shot. Are you doing it? Okay. Just no animation. Alright, you need to get out of its vision. And then... Okay. Well, that's some of the problems dealt with. It's only got about 1,200 health left. So if we just keep working on it like this, we will get there. We're only going to be allowed to pull our nonsense stunt on Ringer one more time, unfortunately. It's showing 19 armor right now. So we could crack the armor again. It's still got 19. It turns out you cannot apply multiple. The armor reductions do not stack. That's fine. We're getting there. I'm super bummed out about the loss of our stag, though. That is an actual irreplaceable loss. Alright, you gotta pick Ringer up one more time. And hopefully Ringer will absorb the Scorpion's whole turn. This is like the best thing he could do for us is just is eat 2 of its attacks, right? Oh, lucky action. Well then, punch it. Yeah. Well, he only ate a single volley, which is a shame. But I do believe we win. And Skelly's new weapon has more than proven itself, in my opinion. Okay. Ringer is having a little bit of a problem. He is properly incapacitated now, which doesn't mean much at the moment, but he will not be available for combat for some time. The clone is dead. We're going to have to reclonify. Also, a bunch of melted capacitors and junk. Got ourselves a tactical nuke. I suppose that's a good thing. Ooh, an energy cell submachine gun. A couple of energy cells and a bunch of garbage. Okay. So he's just gonna lay on the ground. And, okay, it'll be fine, I'm sure. You just have a rest there, Ringer. Ooh, a rad shield. Radiation level... Oh, radiation resistance level 3, but requires the Morningstar module. Now you can take your time in those high radiation zones and visit all those ruins you wanted to see. The field must be calibrated thousands of times a second by an advanced AI to remain effective. That is a shame. It's cool, though, that the Morningstar AI is like, meaningful in that way. It's actually mechanically meaningful. Alright. Disarm the trap on the medical crate, get ourselves some hypos to replace all the hypos we lost. And a plasma grenade, sure. In theory, good to have more of those. I wonder if we could have interacted with this computer to shut down the Scorpitron during the fight. This transmitter is expertly cobbled together from radio and computer parts so that an ever-changing coded message is constantly generated and broadcast. Well, I mean, I guess we may as well disable it now, right? The lights and dials of the transmitter flicker and go dark. The transmission sputters and dies. I don't know that we needed to rip the guts out of that computer. We could have just turned it off. Quan's like an expert. Alright, well... we're getting some levels. So you're just going to continue to pick up intelligence or luck or... both, I guess? Here, take this. And then we're just saving skill points, I think, because what we really want to be doing is pushing explosives higher. Her big gun skill is fine. She doesn't really need any more of that. Alright, Lucia, what perks are we building toward with you? Reduces an enemy's evasion. Marked targets also take bonus damage from precision strikes. Yo! Absolutely take that. That seems great. 2 more levels of sniper rifles. Max out your awareness. Hey, look at that. All of a sudden, she's a great sniper. Well, she's a good sniper. Do we have... we must have sniper rifles that only require 5, right? Yeah, the Megascope. Okay. So, range 23. Lots of good damage, plus 20% strike rate. Okay. Cool. That's a cool new toy. Oh, other people have stuff. So we're going to just push your weird science even higher. 3% more fire damage. Hell yeah. And then, in terms of perks... I mean, that seems like it'd be a cool thing to work toward. Energy attacks can electrocute enemies. Energy damage is increased. I don't know exactly what your weapon has a 5% chance of blowing up in your face actually means. Given the frequency of finding weapons and stuff, obviously it doesn't mean the weapon is destroyed, so I assume it's just dealing damage to her. It's a shame that all the weird science stuff is energy damage, though. Because we really don't want to... we don't want her to have an energy damage weapon. So that being the case, like... what even would help? We're not going to be using any assault rifles. We may just hold on to her, her perk point, maybe. You know what? Let's take this. We don't necessarily have to use it, but we might get into a desperate situation where we really want to. And then attribute. Yep, more intelligence. Alright, is Jim building toward any perks that matter? Not really. He doesn't have Shredder Shot. He doesn't use his shotgun very much. But I suppose it's worth having. You get perk points more than you get perks that matter. Wait. Hold on. I do want to boost his charisma. I like the high charisma thing, but... now that he's the pistol guy, maybe he needs to have more coordination. Yeah, I think we need him to actually be able to shoot more often. And then I think I'm going to lean in on Kiss Ass. Let's get him really, really good at talking. He's supposed to be really good at talking, you know, it's in character. Alright. And I guess that's it. I guess that's what we came here for. Seems like a strange little detour. Radioactive battery ornament. I mean, it's hard to imagine wanting to get rid of our Disco Bot ornament. What is this, anyway? It's a SWAT light. Oh, hey. That's actually pretty interesting. A max brightness underbarrel light that makes it near impossible for anyone to hide from you. You know, because when you miss attacks, that solely represents it being too dark. Also, how did we fail to loot a robot over here? Alright, well we probably ought to go get some doctoring done. Because obviously, we've accumulated a fair number of a fair number of damage perks, or damage penalties. And I don't really want to... Don't you dare step on that. Okay. I don't really want to go getting into new stuff while we're still in this shape, so... Oh, hold on. Oh, never mind. I was going to have Ringer tame the Razorback, because why not? But that's right. He can't. He's very badly wounded. So the question is, do we try to move on to a place where we think there will be a doctor to a nearby new civilization, or do we go back home? I guess we can keep looking around. So that's Aspen. Santa's workshop. I guess let's go to Aspen. There's probably going to be doctors in Aspen, right? Probably.
Your channels. Does any read? Over. Requesting immediate backup. Situation critical. Shit.
Okay, well, I'd love to help, but that you didn't. There was no information in that broadcast. Can't really do anything for you. Alright, this'll probably be what we need, right? This old ski resort used to be the favored getaway of the 100 Families elite. That was before the psychotic Victory Buchanan and his crew of drugged-out breathers showed up. So yeah, Victory, we definitely want to do the other one last. So yeah, let's... What a weird little menu. Just has 2 buttons. One of them says Aspen and the other one says Leave. You know, I guess I don't know for sure that there's going to be, like, anything resembling civilization here. We had reason to believe that there would at the,
Riley Woodson, Team November, out of Arizona, broadcasting on all Desert Ranger channels. Does anyone read me?
Oh, hey, it's Riley. Yeah, we read you.
I'd given up hope anyone would ever find us. Not sure what kept you, but I'm glad you're here. Okay, listen up. I don't have much time here. My guard's in the can. Big Buchanan, the Patriarch's crazy-ass son, is holding me and my team captive. He's making me listen to radio frequencies for trouble. Doesn't know I've been watching Ranger frequencies, too. You need to come get us. But be careful.
Yeah, okay. Listen, this is all information that I do want to know, but we should probably limit ourselves in our very limited time here to operationally important info. What kind of threats are we looking at up there?
It's bad up here. Worse than you can imagine. Vic and his people are insane. Remember that. Understand that. They butchered people or burned them alive and laughed about it. And I'm not exaggerating when I call his people insane. Breathers, he calls them. Constantly breathing crazy gases from their tanks. They're crazy and dangerous. Nearly everyone up here will kill you on sight. So take it slow. And keep an eye out for supplies you can use.
Yeah, help's on the way. I mean, he just told us that no, he cannot make it outside. Help's on the way.
Good to hear that. We begin by on hope. For a long time. My guard's coming back. See you soon, Rangers. Woodson out.
Alright, so we know the game does care a little bit... Thank you, Lucia. We know the game does care a little bit about time. So maybe time is a factor here, but also we need to get Ringer to a doctor, and this is not a real civilization, so we're just gonna back up a little bit here. I guess we're just gonna have to go home real fast, get doctored up, and then embark on this. Frankly, it's amazing there's anything left of Ringer to perform medicine on.
Rock your channels. Does any read? Over. To give me get back up.
Alright, it makes less sense for that to be coming out now. Also, how does it make sense that he's the captive and they have him watching the radio channels? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Let's escape the Growlers. I don't want to fight Growlers. I want to go home. Actually, you know what? I just realized what time it is. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to call it right here for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time tomorrow, I will have gone back to base, healed up, and returned to Aspen. And then we're going to resolve this situation. And we'll see you then.